This footage shows a driver smashing their car after a last-minute attempt to merge lanes. You can clearly see a burnt orange Fiat 500 smashing into a car and spinning out of control on Canberra's Yarra Glen Road after the driver attempts to change lanes. She puts on her left indicator at the same time as she begins to merge into the lane, failing to check her blind spot, a costly mistake. When the car begins to merge, the dashcam driver honks his horn, but it's too late. The Fiat smashes into the front right-hand side of the car and spins and comes to a stop after it hits a concrete wall. The Fiat put their indicators on, thinking they were entitled to just move over instead of indicating, and then looking to change lanes, and only looking to see if it was safe to do so once they were already merging. However, if you look close enough, the dashcam driver sped up from 72 to 76 km per hour mere seconds before the crash. Would the accident have been avoidable if the dashcam driver had pressed the brakes instead of the accelerator? Who do you think is at fault here? This next video shows a Tata Harrier being driven on a mountain road. From the dashcam footage, you can see that the vehicle is not being driven rashly, and it doesn't look like the driver is in any sort of hurry. As the footage continues, it shows some trucks driving in the opposite direction. As the SUV approaches a turn, an oncoming truck or two passes by. As the vehicle approaches the middle of the turn, there's a truck that's driving out of the lane and hits the Harrier pretty hard. All of this happens in split seconds, and it doesn't give the driver of the SUV any chance to save himself from getting hit. An image of the vehicle seen later in the video shows the front right fender of the Harrier totally destroyed. Even the front right door has been damaged, but it looks like the axle is still in working condition. From the look of it, there wasn't much room for the SUV to save itself from the hit, as the mountain road it was driving on was pretty narrow. It also happened so quickly the driver just couldn't react to steer the vehicle out of the way of collision. Vermont State Police say a scary crash on Interstate 91 in Dummerston was caught on dashcam, and that it could have been far worse.
Who was what car? And I asked him if he needed to lift his back hurts a little bit, but he's fine.
They posted the dashcam footage on social media showing the car crash and flipping multiple times. They say the driver went the speed limit, but it was too fast for the conditions of the storm. The vehicle travelled into the median at interstate speed and started to roll over. The police said 2 young children were in the car at the time of the crash. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the car, but the kids and the driver only suffered minor injuries. It's definitely a reminder to wear your seatbelt and to not drive in unsafe conditions. The police officer at the scene was there because moments before the crash, he was assisting a truck that slid off the guardrail. When he arrived, he noticed the people waiting and sitting on the guardrail told them to get in his car where it was safer. And within 3 minutes of the trooper arriving and the trooper getting those people into a safe position, the crash unfolded. Was this just pure luck, or just very good at your job? Dramatic dashcam footage has emerged of a driver jumping out of his vehicle to save a child sitting in a runaway trolley. In the footage, a man drives his car through a shopping centre car park in Queensland when he abruptly comes to a stop when an unattended trolley with a young boy in the seat rolls across the car park. He runs over and manages to grab the trolley handle before the cart heads further into the car park and gains speed. The man turns the cart around and appears to look for the child's parents while consoling him. He then pushes the trolley back towards the direction it came from while continuing to console the young boy. That was definitely a close one. Our final clip shows shocking footage of a near collision between a car towing a caravan and a truck on a country road. The car driver with the caravan attached, is seen in the clip drifting across the road into the oncoming lane. Moments later, a truck manages to narrowly avoid the car by swerving onto the side of the road, driving through the dirt and grass before getting back into the road. The car driver simultaneously pulls back into the correct lane upon seeing the truck, but turns too early and loses control of the vehicle. It swerves across the road with the caravan flipping upside down from the momentum. The impact caves in the roof of the caravan as the driver gets out of their vehicle. Many viewers have slammed the car driver for the way he changed lanes and praised the lucky truck driver for managing to avoid what could have been a devastating crash. However, could the car driver drift across the lane because they either fell asleep at the wheel or from fatigue or were distracted by something? I guess we'll never know. That's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.